Hello, hello, my dear smartest Geminis. This is your horoscope for February 2024. Now, this month is another rather positive month, and it seems like in general your mind will be, in the topics of like in the area of your life that rules education or all things foreign, like foreign people, foreign languages, or citizenship, some documents, applications to universities and immigration or religion, and your higher mind is activated this February, will be activated. And my dear Geminis, don't forget to check your rising sign and moon sign horoscopes as well, because then you will get the fullest picture of the month. They are both equally important because our moon and risings, they also bring life situations, and sometimes they are even much stronger in a personal natal chart depending on the time and place of your birth. So I do really advise you firmly to check your those two signs forecast too. February will have another new year under Eastern calendar, Chinese New Year, which is actually moon, according to the moon's movement, and you will have another opportunity to make that wish. And every new year, any new year, is magical, is powerful day when so many people around the globe will be making that energy together to make our wishes to be sent to the universe. So make sure around that new year to make another wish. Well, let's begin with your February forecast. 5th of February, Mercury, your ruler. It's the communication planet because you are my Geminis, you're masters at communication, writing, reading skills, and Mercury is the planet of communication. Our planet of signing contracts, it's our postman of the universe, delivers news. It delivers news, all the talks, all the buzz. So 5th of February, Mercury will move into your 9th house, and as soon as it will be there, Mercury will meet up with Pluto, finding it at the doors of your 9th house, and this will be quite a significant meet up because they will be meeting in your 9th house in the sign of Aquarius for the first time in 250 years, roughly saying, because Pluto takes that much long time to make a circle around the sun and to come back to the point where it was 250 years ago. And Mercury, meeting up Pluto in your 9th house in this area of your chart, this will be very new energy to you, and it tells me that you will be in communication with a person who is far away or a governmental institutions, let's say, and those institutions or a person most likely will be a foreigner, and if you've been in a preparation to move somewhere abroad, like to immigrate, ever since actually last year, March, because when Pluto for the first time entered your 9th house back then for a quick, preview, giving you a preview of what's to come in the next 20 years, because Pluto will stay in your 9th house for 20 years, for the next 20 years. And if you've been doing all these documentations, preparations, applications for citizenships and immigration, now it will be, the time that Mercury will bring you that news that this is going to happen for sure, that now is the time you're going to move to a place far away, and it most likely will be for 20 years, my dear Geminis. I hope your destination is one of your dreams. So you might be, building your next chapter of your life over the next 20 years there because of Pluto. And it might also bring some news about the status of these applications, immigration application, residence permit, or visa, or citizenship status. Or if it's not about your situation, then it might be about your education. If you are a student or if you are a high school graduate, then there might be news about your education. You might receive some communication from universities that you hope to, enter. Also here, if you've been like involved in a legal proceedings, then there might be some news also coming up on that. Ninth house is also house of religion. If your mind might be quite on this topic as well, and you might be reading a lot on this topic, or watching some documentaries, or broadening your mind. As a Gemini sun, you are a very curious sign, and you might be reading about and writing a lot about these topics around 5th of February. Ninth house is also about book publishing. If you've been, probably you will have communication with publishing house or editors, about your upcoming book or published book. 9th of February, there is new moon in your ninth house. Here, this new moon will be appearing in a compatible sign to your sun sign, in Aquarius, and it will be opposed by Uranus, planet of surprise, planet of innovation, from your 12th house. Now here, it might bring new chapter in your life quite unexpectedly. Like, let's say, for example, there might be many different situations, but the topics that I'm going to mention to you will be most likely involved, like a situation, for example, you're traveling in a foreign country and you might feel like home. And you might find yourself feeling like a home, or find it so familiar, or actually you might find that, let's say, your health problems are gone because you moved to totally new climate, let's say, or food. Also, it all affects us. And Mercury, your ruler, will be at this new moon a bit in an argument with Jupiter, planet of luck and fortune. Well, now this indicates most likely that communication and the language in that country, let's say, that you're traveling or that you immigrated to, might not go so well at the beginning, but you might not like it. It might also happen, or somehow could be challenging for you. But I think that's okay, right? It's normal, because of course, new country, new languages, it's not a comfortable situation at the beginning. You will have, but at this new moon, you will have support from someone close to you, like your father or spouse, like your husband or wife. They will be supporting you. And actually, this support you will be feeling whole month of February. And in any endeavor you're going to take in February, because those things will be quite a lot. Ninth house is the house of foreign things, and this ninth house is quite pronounced in your chart in February, my dear Geminis. If there is a legal case that you're involved in, or that you're following, then around this new moon, because of Jupiter, planet of luck and the planet of fortune, making harsh angle to your ruler, Mercury, which is in the ninth house, and ninth house rules all the legal cases, that legal case might be lost, actually. And you might be expecting not a, let's say, happy news on that. About education, you might get admission to universities, or, usually students apply to, a few universities. And here it might be that all others will reject your application, and one will, you will be admitted to university. Now here, if you are like in the process of defending your degree, or in the preparation of receiving your degree, diploma, then it might be a bit of a delay there. Don't be surprised, you will get it at the end. Just there might be quite unexpected situations. Also, actually, all these hurdles that might come up to you during this time would be because of your past actions, past of your deeds and words, let's say. And if you will be looking for answers, then you should be looking them in your subconscious mind or in your past. Here also about citizenships and immigration matters also might take, extra paperwork that you will have to do there in order to get approved. And the ninth house is also house of second marriages. You might get married here. If that's resonating for you, then leave in the comments so that I will know that you are having a happy moment in your life around this new moon. In general, this new moon of 9th of February, something of significance, something significant will happen in your life, like, I don't know, changing your name or changing your style, your haircut, yourself. Because of, Vertex being in Gemini, exactly well positioned to this new moon. And Vertex is this, mathematical point, which is responsible for this kind of events, like significant events. So it would be really interesting to know for me what will be happening in your life during this time. And also with this new moon, 9th of February, exactly Chinese New Year, according to the moon, will be stepping in. And I would say in astrological point, New Year will come into force. 13th of February, right before the Valentine's Day, Mars will move into your same ninth house, bringing all the action, all the engine. Mars is our planet of motivation, our battery, let's say. It brings all the action. It makes us to go out and do things. So Mars coming to your ninth house, bringing more action to this part of your life that was already in your mind by new moon and Mercury. And Mars coming here will bring more action-packed events. You might start attending university around this time, or some courses, like, going out and, let's say, going to university, making some movements. Or you might get working on a legal case, or filing or appealing, let's say, the decisions. Or you also might travel on this day, perhaps for your Valentine's. About this Valentine's, I would actually, suggest you to maybe celebrate it before or after the 14th of February, as on the 14th of February, Mars, action planet, meets up with Pluto in your ninth house, which is at the doors of your ninth house. And Pluto is the planet of transformation. It's the planet of change, and it's the planet of let's say, who likes to give some pressures. And this conjunction might show you actually which direction it will be taking you. Pluto will be taking you in the next 20 years. So watch it around this day, and you might find yourself realizing that a foreign country, let's say, might be like a home. At the end, we are all citizens of the planet Earth, right? So, or if you are not about you, then it might be about religion. You might change your religion in the next 20 years. And the beginning is right now. So you might be, quite researching about religion a lot. I wouldn't advise to start a legal process, legal actions, to take up legal actions against anyone or any institutions or anything, as it might be for a long time. It might take a long time to resolve it, and it might be very difficult to handle it as well, because Pluto is the planet of pressure, and it might give you quite a lot of pressure, and it's here in your ninth house, in the house of legal cases, for 20 years. So keep my advice in your attention, my dear Geminis. On this day, 14th of February, other planets will be making sweet connections on Valentine's Day, and that will be Venus, planet of love, beauty, and money, as it should be, will make a beautiful, will reach out beautifully. Neptune, planet of magic, planet of inspiration. Neptune is whatever we imagine. It's the planet of imagination. It's the planet of dreams, and all the things that we can't explain. And this connection, this beautiful contact between these two planets will set a beautiful stage, actually, for the 14th of February, and it might turn out quite romantic day for you, my Geminis. You might take your partner, sweetheart, to travel on this day, and it will be the most romantic ever place. Please leave in the comments if that happened as well. I would really like to know all about those places that you visited. And if it's not about that, then it might be about your home, your place or house. You might be busy setting up your home, most probably a rented place, like buying a furniture, making it beautiful, making it cozy according to your style, something like that. And Geminis are quite skillful in that, and I think they like those things to do, like, to decorate things. Also, on this day, your mom will be quite supportive of all the actions you will be taking on 14th of February, and you will feel that support of angels also, like, some sort of like higher powers like are supporting you all the time. And this feeling will be like lasting whole month, actually. On 16th of February, Venus, planet of love, planet of beauty, will move into your ninth house, following her lover Mars. In the universe, they're like Venus and Mars. This is our couple in astrology, and Venus following her lover Mars into your ninth house, might bring the feeling that life that you actually started abroad or starting will be getting more cozier, more beautiful and pleasant. Or if you travel around this day, also that travel will be felt as something enchanting, And even Venus's move into your ninth house might bring love in the face of a foreigner. Love might come into your life, my dear Geminis. This is amazing news. Well, Venus will meet up and finally join actually her lover Mars, make a conjunction in your ninth house on 22nd of February. Now, this date actually, because Valentine's Day is falling on Wednesday, so it might be that you will not be, celebrating around that time. Or just moving actually your celebration of love to a week after, let's say, or before. If you do so, it would be amazing. And Venus meeting up Mars on 22nd of February, like exact conjunction, is suggesting that you will be doing so actually. And this is supposed to be a sweet day because this their conjunction happens only once in a year, and they're like all the time chasing each other around the a wheel, and but meeting only once per year. But on the same day, 22nd of February, this couple, they will be opposed by Moon from your third house, and this might suggest that you might hear something from your siblings, some news that you may not like actually, or from relatives or neighbors. They might be gossiping about you, about you and your sweetheart. 19th of February, Sun, the light of our universe, the light of our life, life giver, moves into your 10th house. Well, Sun will move into your 10th house and put your attention to your career, to your work situation, social status. This is all 10th house is about. On 24th of February, full moon will happen in your 4th house. Now, this will bring your attention back to home matters, your family matters. And this full moon, at this full moon, Saturn and Mercury will make conjunction with Sun, opposing the moon. And here might be a situation about real estate. You might sell it, for example, or let's say find another place to rent, or actually buy it. There might be also a buying deal. Or if it's not about real estate, it might be about your immigration status, about your visa status, citizenship, or residence permit status. You might hear some news at this full moon that will be, bringing some resolution, because full moons are all about closure. They're all about bringing some final actions and final words. But this full moon will be beautifully supported by Jupiter, planet of luck and happiness, from your 12th house. So it's suggesting, it's saying to me that your intuition will be on a very high note. Trust your intuition, my dear Geminis, and it won't deceive you, So your intuition will be instrumental around the end of February. And if those topics that I mentioned does not resonate with your situation, then it might be about, some news will be coming around this full moon that you are becoming uncle or aunt or father or mother, actually, because this full moon is falling in your house of family, and family numbers might change, Or if you've been like... let's say this situation might be in your life, like you've been at home caring for a baby, like on a maternity leave, let's say, or paternity leave. Now you might go back to your work. This full moon might bring, let's say, last days of your maternity leave, sitting home and caring for a child. Now, this was your horoscope for February, my dear Geminis. February in general is a very positive month, and most importantly, you will make it positive, as your February forecast is all about 9th house, and the 9th house is our higher mind. So put your mind on the positive side, on the positive situations and words, and your February will be that way, my dear Geminis. Bye-bye.